Morning. I'm parked up in Hopegill, which is a small gated road between Buttermere and the Whinlatter Pass. There's a little quarry lay by there which will hold about 3-4 cars. It's a beautiful morning. I'm going to do one of my favourite walks today, favourite local walks. We're only about 20 minutes away from home at the moment. So today we're going to do Ladyside Pike, Hopegill Head and Whiteside. We're now walking up this gated road for about 3/4 of a mile, where we're going to take a right, which will take us onto the flanks of Ladyside Pike and head us up the hill. I think there's about 4 gates on the road that you'll have to open if you come up the road, and you can actually park below Ladyside Pike, but we wanted to get the road walking bit out the way first. So just me and Billy today. There he is by the gate, and this over here is the beautiful Vale of Lawton. So that's the road part of the walk completed. So just up here to my right there'll be a gate that takes us through up onto Ladyside Pike, which is up there. At this bench here you can actually park maybe 3 or 4 cars on the verge here, no one will bother you. Up there in front of me we've got Greystones, a Wainwright Fell with its notorious ascent up that really steep wall. Ahead of that we've got Broom Fell, which will then take you onto the Lord's Seat or Lord's Seat. And there's the gate just past the seat. So initially the path runs up the side of Swinside, a small traverse path. Once you get just past Swinside, the path is more or less on the ridge itself. Swinside, by the way, is a Burkitt Fell. If you were bagging Burkitt Fells, you'd have to leave this path a little further up here, you know, to bag the summit. That's Swinside up there, and that's Ladyside Pike, the pointy one in front of me, which is also a Burkitt. I can never understand why it was never made a Wainwright by the old boy, but for some reason he didn't want to add it to his list. As you'll see later on, it's a beautiful hill. I love these hills. These are my local hills. They're always quiet. Yeah, I really do. As they say, west is best. Ain't it, Rockstar? Ignoring me again. So that's the summit of Swinside, the Burkitt I was talking about. Pretty unremarkable, yeah? That's the gate down there we've just came through. If you wanted to bag Swinside, stay the other side of the gate. There's a little path the other side of that wall. Follow the wall up, just bag the summit, and then there's another gate at the top, which will follow this wall along the ridge. Across the Solway Firth there, you've got Criffel in Scotland. The coast we've got here, we've got Maryport, eventually along to Workington, then to Whitehaven and St Bees. Me, Tracy and Billy live round about here. So yeah, like I say, not too far to drive. So that's Ladyside Pike ahead of me now. Beyond it you can see Hopegill Head and the rocky, scrambly flat plates that lead up to it. Then along we've got Whiteside Edge, which is one of my favourite ridges in the Lake District, which will eventually take us on to the summit of Whiteside. Final push now onto Ladyside Pike. Billy at the gate. Hello, Rockstar. You gonna open it? You tired? You tired, lad? Ladyside Pike, 703 metres. It's a Burkitt and a Nuttall. There's Hopegill Head ahead of me. So from the summit of Ladyside Pike, we're leaving the grassy ridge behind and we're going to start getting in among some rock, heading up onto Hopegill Head there. I'm going to follow this lovely little ridge. You can bypass the ridge. To the right there's a small traverse path, but you can't bypass the big slabs of rock that lead onto Hopegill Head, but there is a little groove runs through the centre of them, which I'll show you when we get up there, which makes it a little bit easier if it's slippery on there, if it's wet. A big old Grisdale pike. In the distance, in the north, we've got Blencathra and Skidder. So we're on the slabs of Hopegill Head now. You need to take care here. If it's wet or icy, it's a dangerous place. A little bit further up from here there's a groove, which I've always found the easiest way up the slabs, especially in rain. This is the groove here, which will take us directly to the summit of Hopegill Head. There's the rock star. Hopegill Head summit. It's a Wainwright, a Burkitt and a Nuttall. That's Whiteside Edge in front of me. That's where we're going to head, to the summit of Whiteside. As I said earlier, One of my favourite ridges in the Lake District. Hopegill Head, by the way, 770 metres. Whiteside summit, 707 metres. It's a Wainwright, a Burkitt and a Nuttall. We're going to retrace our steps along the ridge about 500 yards and drop down that ridge there, which will drop us down to a col just below Dodd, that little hill there, where we'll then drop right across the beck and we'll almost be back at the car. So we're back down the ridge a bit now, and at that path that I said takes us in a northerly direction down this shoulder off Whiteside Edge in the direction of Dodd and Hopegill where we parked. So yeah, more or less bang on north off the hill. Don't go south or you'll end up in a world of trouble. That's Dodd there, where we're heading. Well, the col below it. Dodd is actually a Burkitt, if you were bagging Burkitts, but we've done it so we don't need to go up there today. And just beyond Dodd you can see the road, and you probably can't make it out, but I can see my car. So we're almost down into the col now. That's the col there. We're going to take a right and drop into Hopegill, where we'll cross the beck and head back for the car, which is just there. So we're almost back down into the valley now. I'm going to wrap my video up now. I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please think about giving me a subscribe. We're out in the fells every week, so there'll be plenty of updates. Before I wrap the video up, I'll give you a pan round and show you the route, give you a little bit of a brief description, and then we'll call it a day. Earlier this morning we parked just down here and we walked that 3/4 of a mile up the road, which took us behind the other side of Swinside, which is this big broad ridge here. So we traversed up the other side of Swinside and we came out onto the ridge just after the summit of Swinside, which is there. Then we plodded away up onto Ladyside Pike, then up onto Hopegill Head, and then we crossed that beautiful Whiteside ridge to the summit of Whiteside, and then we tracked back about 500 yards where we came down this ridge here to that col in between Whiteside and Dodd, Now we're just heading down here, back to the river and the car. Meh. I usually just follow this path here, which drops you down to the river where you can ford it. Billy's down there waiting for me, but there actually is a footbridge a couple of 100 yards further down the river, so for the purpose of the video I think we'll take the footbridge today. Come on, lad! But he's right pissed off with me, isn't he? Bringing him back up here. Come on! Good boy. So yeah, the path goes off to the left and then back down. Come on, sunshine!